and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. The Ring of Honor 16th anniversary show just get on pay-per-view last night. Obviously, these Ring of Honor shows go late. They're from like 8 till 11. I end up just recording it and finishing it this morning. Wow, we had some tremendous matches here. Start the show, we had Hiromu Takahashi out of New Japan Pro Wrestling versus Flip Gordon. Wow, what a tremendous match this was. Flip Gordon is this kind of, if you don't know who he is, he's what would be your prototypical WWE cruiserweight or, light heavyweight in New Japan. Flips and kicks and just, does these just crazy, like 450s and whatnot. Takahashi, powerful guy who got that there, just go out there and kick your ass. Takahashi has, I guess, a thing over in New Japan. He's got a mascot named Daryl. He's a black and white cat. Somebody had one in the crowd, and Takahashi brought out a fake Daryl from the crowd. Yeah, that was quite and hit Flip Gordon with it. That was quite interesting, actually. Takahashi getting the victory. I thought in my preview of this, I picked Flip Gordon to win. Obviously, I'm wrong. This was a damn good match, though. I gave it 4-star. Next, we had a #1 contenders match for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title. The winner of this match gets a title shot at Supercard of Honor. We had Punishment Martinez versus the villain, Marty Scrull. Marty Scrull representing the Bullet Club. Punishment Martinez had a #1 contender match versus Dalton Castle a few weeks back on Ring of Honor TV. Lost that. This match I was not expecting it to be good as it was. When you see a 6'6" guy in Punishment Martinez doing a flip over the top row, I mean, he jumped up, his foot hit the second rope and he did the flip over on the scroll. I'm like, holy shit. The security at ringside was standing there with Marty Scrull because of he went just like ballistic on everything outside the ring, and so they came and kind of stop it. And Punishment Martinez did another one of his little flippy things over the top rope onto the security and onto Punishment Martinez. Overall, it was a good match. Marty Scrull gets the pinfall victory. He is your #1 contender for the Ring of Honor World title. He'll face at Supercard of Honor the winner between Dalton Castle and Jay Lethal. I gave this match 3 3/4 star. Next, we had the Ring of Honor television title on the line. We had the real man, Silas Young, versus Ring of Honor television champion, Kenny King. This really wasn't a great match, I thought. There was one spot where Silas threw Kenny King over the top rope onto the cameraman, and the cameraman's just like, laid out. Other than that, Kenny King was able to get the pinfall victory and retain his Ring of Honor television title. And then we had a return to Ring of Honor Wrestling. We had the first ever Ring of Honor 2-time champion, currently holds 6 belts around the independent professional wrestling scene. A-Double, Austin Aries, comes out holding all these titles that he's currently holding around the United States and on the Indies, and said, there's one title in Ring of Honor that I have never won. The Ring of Honor television title. It's like, holy shit. Aries, Kenny King. Okay. That's a joke. You don't want to see that match. So hopefully we see that at Supercard of Honor. Unfortunately, Supercard of Honor is the same night as NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which I will be attending, along with WrestleMania. There is Evolve shows Thursday, Friday. Saturday, there's Ring of Honor and NXT, and Sunday's Mania. So there's a lot going on that weekend. I will be doing a preview for Supercard of Honor. Not sure at this point, due to everything going on that weekend, if I'll be able to see the show or not. Hopefully, maybe Sunday morning as we're hanging out in a SIP, that we will maybe go to the Fight TV app and get it and kind of watch it before we go to Mania. Well, we haven't decided yet. So now definitely have some a preview for preview for the Evolve 103 show, or 102 and 103 is that weekend. So yeah, a lot of wrestling in New Orleans. Wish I could attend it all. It's impossible. But so Kid and King, Austin Aries, hopefully we see that at Supercard of Honor. Already signed for the Supercard of Honor show was Cody versus the Cleaner Kenny Omega. Alright, next we had what I thought going in would be one of the matches of the night, and it delivered in every way possible for me. This is one of my favorite professional wrestling matches of 2018. I can only think of one that I rated bet higher than this match. Ring of Honor, 6-man tag titles on the line. In a Las Vegas street fight, we had the Ring of Honor 6-man champions, the Hung Bucks. Hangman Page, the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson, versus SoCal Uncensored, which is Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel, Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. This match got started early and often, and just the Bucks can go. Holy shit. I had a list of little spurts of things that I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. The whole match was, that's cool. I'm really considering it, recording it, and putting it up on Robert Sports Show for all you fans to see. The Bucks, immediately, the Bucks did this flip with Scorpio Sky into a chair. So basically, they had a chair set up in the ring, and they did this kind of like monkey flip thing with Sky. They basically set him in the chair, then they ran at him and super kicked him. So yeah, it was like, okay, the super kick party begins. Sky did a power bomb on Hangman Page on the metal bring up. He was standing on the ringside. Daniels and I think Daniels hit him, knocked him into Hangman Page. Page just turned around and powerbombed on that metal walkway up the ramp. Freaking Adam Page is a shooting star on the apron. It's like, what? Freaking crazy. Kaz gets busted open during all this. This part was actually fucking comical. Kaz had a kendo stick. Well, it was Kaz and I believe it was Sky in the ring, or maybe it was Daniels, with Nick Jackson. Chair sitting there. Kendo stick is laying over the chair. Well, they just did a move on Nick Jackson. He's standing in front of the chair with the kendo stick. Instead of doing the leg drop onto Nick Jackson, Kazarian did the leg drop onto the back of the kendo stick. And the kendo stick went boom! Luckily, Nick Jackson already has 2 children. I'm not sure if he'll be able to have a third, but we all know where the kendo stick landed. Just Kaz and Adam Page, they've been in the professional wrestling business for a decade, and they've had this battle on the indies everywhere they go. And they just had metal trash can just boop, 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 back and forth. And it's like 10 shots at least, freaking trash can to each other. Daniels was setting up, if you've seen a Ring of Honor show, you've seen the metal barriers on the outside. You know how the crowd hits them during chants? Well, that fucking hurts because I've done that. But anyway, they had like 4 of them. Daniels moved over and they had 2 sitting like this, one like this, and laid one on top. I'm like, which one of the Bucks is taking this spot? Who is taking this spot? As the match kind of progressed a little bit, like, who? Christopher Daniels, the 40-year-old Fallen Angel, took that spot. And when he came over the top rope and landed on this freaking metal, and it just bit the metal and just fell. It's like, Oh, that fucking hurt. Nick Jackson doing an elbow drop off the top of a ladder. So yeah, they set a table up. Kaz is laying on the table. Had this freaking 12, 15-foot ladder. Nick Jackson decides to climb all the way to the top. Did an elbow drop through Kaz through the table. Well, as we've seen on Ring of Honor television lately, Shane Taylor is more of a pay-for-hire bodyguard kind of guy. So Daniels and him had a little conversation on one of the recent Ring of Honor shows. Shane Taylor comes out, pulls the ref out of the ring when the Bucks were just about to get a 1-2-3. He goes after Nick Jackson, goes after Matt Jackson. Ended up, Paige gets back in the ring with the Young Bucks. They're able to take Shane Taylor out. But during this time, it gave SoCal Uncensored a little time to, a little R&R. A little timeout, mind you. They zip-tied Adam Page to the ring post with fucking zip ties. Yes, his hands like this, and they zip-tied him. Still think the duct tape would have been better if we remember when Dave Bautista went, duct tape, seriously? When John Cena duct taped him. But you know, hey, yeah. I progressed here. Ended up with, after they tied him up, it was 3-on-2. Scorpio Sky had Nick Jackson, this kind of reverse-looking freaking submission hold. And then Kaz puts a Boston Crab on him, so you had basically 2-on-1 here. And you had Daniels on the outside holding back Matt, and Nick ended up tapping. So-Called Uncensored wins the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles by submission over the Young Bucks. I gave this match 4 3/4. That is the highest rating that I give a match, except for one match in the history of all the videos I've ever done. I've given one match 5-star, and that was at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, Andre Cien versus Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. This match I would put right there. I didn't want to just go 5-star, because to me, 5-star on a rating system for a professional wrestling match is that just golden match. Is that one match, you know? I've seen great matches. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania and at SummerSlam. I've seen these matches. I've watched all of this. The Holy Grail matches is 5-star. 4 3/4 to me, to the average person, might be a 5-star match. What I would consider a 5-star match, to Dave Meltzer, it might be a 6-star match. But so I give this match 4 3/4. I think it was the second best match in professional wrestling that I've seen in 2018. Only the Gargano Anonymous. I would put it equal or above. I would say 2A, 2B on that list would have been Adam Cole and Aleister Black at TakeOver Philadelphia, and this one been right there too. Alright, next we had a grudge match. We had Cody versus the American Nightmare Cody versus the leader of the kingdom, Matt Taven. Oh, speaking of that, at the end of the match, after So-Called Uncensored left with their titles, the kingdom comes out and attacks the Young Bucks. And then the enforcer, Bully Ray, comes out and runs them off and everything. So now, we had Matt Taven, who stole Cody's prize Ring of Honor ring, World Champion ring, versus Cody himself. Cody comes out with Brandy. And Cody comes out with Barry the Drug-Free Bear. Yes, Barry the Drug-Free Bear. So, back and forth match. It actually wasn't as good as I thought it'd be, honestly, at least for me. Ref gets knocked out. The Kingdom, was it Vinny Marcello or something, and TK O'Ryan come out. They attack Cody. They hold Cody while Matt Taven, kicks him in the gonads. Bully Ray comes out, runs the Kingdom off again. Cody pulls this freaking metal-looking cup thing out of his pants, and I guess he was prepared for that and was protected. Cody goes on to get the victory over Matt Taven. And then we have Cody in the ring with Brandy and with Barry the Drug-Free Bear. I just love saying Barry the Drug-Free Bear. And the bear starts to take his head off. So you're thinking, okay, who is it? Drug-Free Bear? Is it CM Punk? Is it part of the Kingdom? Who's the Drug-Free Bear? Barry the Drug-Free Bear was the cleaner, Kenny Omega, confronting Cody before their match at Super Card of Honor. Well, Cody gets out of the ring, and Mr. Omega and Miss Rhodes are in the ring, and she's slapping him and hitting him, and he's like, whatever. She's like, you're not going to hit a woman, you're not going to hit a woman, and then she kissed him. It's like, what the fuck was that? So dumb. That match should be exciting, though. But yeah, Cody getting the Grudge Match win over Matt Taven. I give it 3.5 stars. Alright, next. The Ring of Honor World Tag Titles on the line. The 5th time in history this match has happened. I said twice in my pre-show. They said 4 times on my preview. I said twice. They said 4 times on the show. So I only seen twice, but maybe I'm wrong. We had the Ring of Honor World Titles on the line. We had the 8-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Them boys, the Briscoes, versus Detroit's own current Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Motor City Machine Guns. Just as great as the Machine Guns are with their, I guess at whatever the last Ring of Honor show was, Respect is Earned or something, there was a match between the Bucks and the Guns that would have been great. Since the Briscoes comes out, freaking Mark is kind of crouched down. When you first walk in, you come down the ramp and right there in the corner, over here to the right by the ring, Mark is sitting there in the corner hiding. So you're like, oh, what the hell? If he's going to attack him, the Guns seen him. They all start fighting on the outside. Bell rings. Mark got just busted open from his head. Them boys took it to the freaking Guns at one point. The Guns took it to the Briscoes. It was back and forth. We ended up getting a Jay Briscoe pin on Chris Sabin for them boys to become a 9-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, taking them tag titles the first time in, 5 years, I think? The last time the Briscoes held the tag titles was December of 2012. They get to take them tag titles back to Sandy Fork with them. It's great. To me, where the Briscoes are with Ring of Honor, they almost need to be mainstays. They both had their single career. Jay's a two-time Ring of Honor champion, maybe only one-time Ring of Honor champion. I think Mark's I don't know if he had the TV title or not. But they've been in their own little single run. Now they're back together. They're mean as ever. They're freaking them boys. They're them boys. They get the win. So I give it 4 stars. So it was good, but it wasn't over the top good. Now we're on to the main event, which I really didn't think it was that good. I am not a Dalton Castle fan by no means. The Ring of Honor World Title on the line, we had former champion Jay Lethal versus current champion Dalton Castle. Really nothing big happened in this. Lethal, one of the boys was getting involved. He was standing on the ringside. Lethal kicked the boy off the ringside. And the boy and the ring announcer, Bobby Cruz, was standing there, and the boy fell right into it. So he's basically sitting there holding one of the freaking Dalton Castle's boys. Dalton Castle's standing in front of him. The boy jumps out of his arms. Lethal went to do a freaking dive. Castle moved. Lethal takes out Bobby Cruz, the ring announcer. Other than that, Dalton Castle hit this did a German suplex on Lethal off the ringside, which you don't really see much of because Lethal landed on his neck and it could have been bad. He just did a freaking German and right onto the floor from the apron. Other than that, it really wasn't that good. Dalton Castle, to me, is not that great of a wrestler. For some reason, Ring of Honor sees something in this guy. Dalton Castle retained his Ring of Honor title. Do you think a Dalton Castle Marty Scrull match is going to be better than a Jay Lethal Marty Scrull match? Already signed for Super Card of Honor. Dalton Castle defends his Ring of Honor title versus Marty Scrull. I don't know if they just want Marty Scrull as champion, so they didn't want to flip, do, candy piece with the title. I don't know what the thinking is here, but Dalton Castle retained. I give it 3.5. It wasn't that good. It was actually the worst match on the card, I believe. Let me look. No, the Silas Young Kenny King match was, I give it 3.25 too. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't nothing really to. Pre-show is 2 Women of Honor qualifying matches. We had the final first round matchup. We had Hana Kimura versus Sumi Sakoi. Sumi Sakoi got the victory. Second match was a quarterfinal round match. It was Tanelia Dashwood versus Brandy Rhodes. For those of you who don't know, haven't been following Ring of Honor, Tanelia Dashwood is formerly known as Emma in WWE. She took on Brandy Rhodes, Cody's wife. Tanelia Dashwood got the victory, moving on in the Women of Honor women's title tournament. They crowned the first ever Women of Honor champion at Super Card of Honor. The semifinal matches will be the 2 pre-show matches for that show, and then the first ever Women's of Honor Championship will be finalized at Super Card of Honor in New Orleans. Alright, that wraps up the 16th anniversary Ring of Honor show here on Rubber Sports Show. Stay tuned. There was a indie show that took place February 8th, 10th in that neighborhood that I watched on Fight TV that I'm going to do a review for, and that was Evolve 100. And then I have a Pro Wrestling March Madness. Check that out on Robert Sports Show. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports talent content.